Good afternoon and welcome to Gaia Community. We are an earth-based pagan Unitarian Universalist congregation and we meet here every Sunday at 4 o'clock. I am Jamie. I'm wearing a red shirt with white embroidery and I have brown hair and glasses. And my pronouns are she, her. And with me today, also helping out with the ritual, is Susie, who is going to describe herself.
I am a short redhead with curly red hair. I'm wearing a burgundy flowing jacket and a teal shirt, and my initials are she and her.
Hey, Katie. Today we are going to be doing a ritual which is in honor of Ganesha and celebrating joys. We'll be talking a little bit more about that as we get into it. But I do want to ask you that if you have anything that might be going beep or blip or buzz, to make it silent so that it doesn't interrupt our work for the day. Let's see. And before we get started, I need a drink of water. We're going to be singing a chant later, and I'm going to teach it now. And it's okay if you've forgotten a little bit of it by the time we get started later, by the time we use it later, because it's mostly the same words over and over again. All right, so I'm going to sing it all the way through, and then I'll teach it to you line by line. So it goes like this. Behold, there is magic all around you. Behold, there is magic all around you. Behold, there is magic all around you. Awaken, rejoice, and sing. So it's just those 4 lines. So I'm going to sing a line, and you'll sing it back to me. Behold, there is magic all around you. 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 Awaken, rejoice, and sing. Awaken, rejoice, and sing. And let's put it together. Behold, there is magic all around you. Behold, there is magic all around you. Behold, there is magic all around you. Awaken, rejoice, and sing. And we'll be using that a little bit later. Okay. Yeah.
I made the assumption that Eric was going to join us.
Well, I sort of gave her the choice because I don't make it sit through our regular service at first. She wanted to go, wanted to go.
So I can go sit with her.
No, I think she's okay out there. She's got the phone, right?
Hi.
Hi there. Come on.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, go on in.
Take a seat.
Chalice, and this chalice lighting comes to us from Deborah Burrell. Fire consumes and casts a bright light. May our chalice flame consume our regrets for the past, our fears about the future, and our worries about today. May it light for us a path of joy and peace. Blessed be.
Blessed be. We acknowledge the Morrigan today. Today we pay homage to and honor Maha, the aspect of Morrigan, who bequeaths prosperity, motherhood, and engenders love. Lady, we greet you and honor you as Maha. Welcome and bless our ritual today. Blessed be.
Blessed be. We're going to purify today with some lavender, which will smoke a little bit. If that is a thing that you cannot handle, we will put it out before we bring it. Is that going to be, does anybody need us to not put the lavender anywhere near them?
It's very mild.
Yeah, it should be very mild. So as the lavender comes to you and you kind of trace it over your head and your body, just let that carry away your worries and your concerns, everything about the everyday that's keeping you from being able to be here and present. You're purified, blessed be. Blessed be. Blessed be. Oh. It doesn't bother me if it's open or closed.
We are going to ground today with this rock. It's one of my favorite rocks. As it reaches your hands, look at it, turn it over in your hands. Imagine that you are like it, solid and grounded. Let yourself connect to the earth and be grounded. Blessed be. Blessed be.
Ganesha has many aspects and well-defined spiritual symbols, one of which is the snake around Ganesha's belly, which represents the entire cosmos being bound together by the cosmic snake. So I invite you to visualize ourselves here where each of us is, our rightful place within the entire cosmos, all that is and ever will be, united in one deep, basic unity. And our circle is cast. Let's be. And if you'll stand as you're able. And face the east. We turn to the east and call to the element of air in its joyful aspects. The sound of sweet music, the sweet aromas on the breeze, and the clear thought that shows us our joys. Hail air!
Hail air. And as we turn to the north, the call to the element of earth in its joyful aspects. Oh, sorry. We turn to the south and call to the element of fire in its joyful aspects. The crackling of the fire on the hearth, the warm heat that protects us from the cold, and the bright passions of love and inspiration. Hail fire!
Hail fire! We turn to the west and call to the element of water in its joyful aspects. The cool sip of water on a dry autumn's day, the babbling of the brook that brings life to so many creatures, and the powers of gradual change that help to balance our lives. Hail water!
Hail water! Now as we turn to the north and call to the element of earth in its joyful aspects, the crackle of fallen leaves, the beauty of the trees turning golden with the coming winter, and the solid foundation that underpins our lives. Hail earth!
Hail earth! We call to Ganesha. O Ganesha of the curved trunk and great body, whose splendor equals that of 1,000,000 suns, may your blessings remove all obstacles in our endeavors. Hail and welcome Ganesha.
Hail and welcome Ganesha.
You may sit if you'd like.
Ganesha is a complex and many-sided god. Sometimes some people lack the clarity to see his depth, so they assume he's just frivolous and silly and not to be taken seriously. He's actually an amazing deity who recognizes the world as it is and chooses the path of joy and quiet determination to overcome its challenges. He chooses to focus upon light and laughter and joy as pillars of belief. Laughter, delight, consciously playing are valid methods of healing. Choosing joy can be a distraction, but it can also be a deliberate choice for a meaningful spiritual practice. It comes up for me all the time as a kid. My mom used to say almost daily, look for the daily felicities. And she had enough pain and physical maladies to complain, but she never did. She would always look for something beautiful wherever she went, and she'd find it. By deliberately searching out and noticing these daily felicities, she focused on that rather than her pain. So if you can't think of many, here's a short list of things you can do to help create glimmers for those around you. I'm missing some. I'm missing a page. Glimmers are what a licensed social clinical psychologist uses when she works with people who have trauma. You don't focus on joy or happy things to not deal with trauma. These are a way of retraining the brain so that you can actually change the pathways to get out of your trauma and to work through your trauma. She calls these glimmers. These can be little things that you might not notice, but the more you notice them, the more you will be capable of noticing them. She talks about how when she's working in therapy with these people, it's too easy to think of the negative things. But if you consciously choose, there's a beautiful leaf. There's a puppy that is just having so much fun. There's a baby goat frolicking. Is there anything cuter than a baby goat? And she calls these glimmers. And the more we come up with those and train ourselves to think that way, the paths towards healing are easier to access. That's summarizing because I'm missing a page, but that's the essence of it. If you can't think of glimmers of your own, like my cat that comes and whistles on my chest, puts me right back to sleep. Think of something you could do for maybe somebody else. Send an encouraging text to a friend who's struggling. Give a compliment. That thing you're thinking that's nice about somebody, say it out loud. It takes a little bit of courage, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. Brightens their day, brightens my day, makes everybody happier. Take time to genuinely thank your server. Drop off flowers to a friend who needs them. Do that one chore that your partner hates to do. Surprise the heck out of it, too. So we can take this beyond today and make a practice of looking for beautiful, happy, sweet, lovely, silly things, and add more daily. Write them down if you need to. You may find that it becomes easier day by day, and maybe even make a habit out of it.
So we're going to take some time and we're going to think of these glimmers, these daily felicities and joys. And we have here some pieces of very shiny paper and some pens and markers. And as you can think of some of them, write them down, and then we're going to place them in this bowl, and we're going to raise some energy, and then we're going to ask Ganesha to bless them. And then you'll have an opportunity to take some of them home, whether they're yours or someone else's. There's probably enough for everybody to get more than one. If we need more pieces, we still have the stuff we need to make.
We'll cut more pieces.
Yeah, we'll cut pieces. So, feel free to.
I'll ask for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are there any questions about what we're going to be doing for the next few minutes? After you've written them down, and we've all had a chance to do that, if there's any you want to share with everybody else, please feel free. We can always, I think the people benefit from hearing about joys, whether I found this joy or you found this joy. Like the leaf that Aaron and Devin found, that was great. That was a great joy.
And if your pen doesn't work, ask me for another one. Oops, as I drop them.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
The non-shiny side of the wrap of the paper is white and might be easier to write on.
Right on.
Because it's wrapping paper.
And we put a hole in the corner of them if you want to put them on string. You've got some string over there.
Take those.
Okay.
One question.
Yeah.
So are these to be just subjects and not entire sentences?
Whatever you want to write.
Okay.
If you need several words to describe it, that's fine.
Well, I was not complete.
Whatever will fit on a piece of paper. If you write tiny, you get.
finish before we share?
No, you
We
make it
can
bright.
actually start sharing now if we want. I'll start to make it easier. So one of the things that I wrote down is a heated blanket, a cup of tea, and a snuggly kitty.
Wrote one thing.
They kind of combine. It's when they're together that's the most joyful.
Mine's gonna tell a story.
Oh, cool.
Because, well, a little bit sometimes. I'll shut can tell you all of mine.
Sure.
Because they're funny when they're put together. Birds at the bird feeder. Cats watching birds. At bird my love texting me good morning. The first cup of coffee in the morning. My nesting partner bringing coffee. It's me in the bed. Asking for help and receiving it. Ah. Receiving it with no grief from the youth. Bird song. The red shawl Susie is wearing. Barbara's patchwork jacket.
I love it.
That's looking around and observing, by golly.
I just put ones that I know made me happy. Fruit punch,
Oh.
between that and the lemonade Crystal Light. Um, this one kind of alerted me many years ago to, yeah, I don't need to be dating this guy because I didn't see the joy of this, but it was a beautiful sunny day at Shawnee Mission Park down by the lake. I was absolutely ecstatically excited because it was so sunny and clear. I was able to see the duck paddling their feet under the water.
Oh, yes, that is
And he
cool.
was like, I don't see the big deal. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is.
You
not good."
know. That's
Extra creamy mac and cheese,
Oh,
milk drunk kittens. Like when you find those YouTube videos of kittens that have just finished nursing and they're just
yeah.
got milk all over their mouths.
Yeah.
An extra attractive photo of a celebrity you greatly enjoy. Like they're always attractive, but then there's that one photo of like.
Makes your heart leap a little bit. Yeah.
And this one I didn't write down, but it's a joy just for me. When I get my husband to laugh just the right way.
Uh-huh.
Like I love his laugh all the time, but there's that one laugh that I hit it, I'm like.
I'll go with that.
Sure.
Anyway, like today. Patty's windows, beautiful golden tree looking outside her window. We think of the leaves, and of course, today before we went to church, we took a walk. Took the dog out. Ozzy's a little bit old, but he's a character. Ariel, Patty, and myself. Of course, first smile always makes me smile and stuff. And then we like to write songs, so it makes me think of a song that we wrote called Leaves Falling, Gone Ground, Red Leaves Falling, Can't Stop the Leaves from Falling. We like to write songs, so this is something, what you're doing is something we do on a regular basis daily. Yeah, go today, she can't stop writing songs, she always picks up the phone and calls me out, I got a new one. If I think of something, I always email her with the idea of it. Constantly writing because being positive and seeing the positive stuff, as you said, the more you do, it becomes a habit. And for us, putting it into a song becomes, even if it's a negative thought or a bad thing, it immediately becomes good if you put it in a song and make why that could be a good thing, what you're gonna do about it. So I just wrote, like you said, one thing starts another thing, before long you've got a song. You can even sing it in your head.
That's great.
Being positive is a daily, minute by minute thing. You have the right to choose that over what you do say. I have a bad habit of seeing people drive, because as a professional driver, it's like, always watch the eyes, always watch the other person. And Ariel always gets upset. And I said, no, but I'm doing a positive thing, because I'm making sure we're not in a wreck. Even the negative is positive, if you see that side of it. Start right in and they're still.
That's great. That's exactly the way it could come out. That's one of the things that I do is, there are these memes that you can post. I did one last week. You know, what's your favorite thing about me? And I don't think anybody, I had like 60 posts. I print those off and I take them to my bathroom window. I mean, mirror, so that I can see them. If I'm feeling low, I just look at that. Makes me feel better. Well, I have a bunch of them. Cuddly pets, a nice bubble bath, smell of freshly baked bread, a supportive text, kind friends, kind and thoughtful neighbors. Oh my goodness. She has 2 big pet things. They're adorable. Beautiful sunsets and an incredibly cute puppy at work.
I wrote down neighbor's cat hunting in my backyard since I have no more pets.
Oh,
I looked out and I see that cat and I'm gonna go after whatever you go.
yeah.
I completely misread that at first, and I thought, why are you enjoying the neighbors hunting for cats? That's me.
The hunting of the cats.
Sorry.
People misunderstanding your words and giving you a chuckle too. I have a couple words that maybe Aldi shoppers giving you the cart and saying.
Oh, yes. Order, yeah.
And particularly when you have some disability. Strangers jumping up and offering to help just blows me away.
Yeah.
I have more, but those are my more unique ones. And kids. Kids' imaginations, kids' hugs. Kids climbing up and saying, look at.
Yeah, I kind of took this as like, you know, how many years ago, Oprah had a gratitude journal,
Yes.
you know, and I had been doing it for 20 years before she ever happened. Like, but some of mine now, they've changed. Music is a huge thing. My mind and still being able at night to think pretty clearly, grandchildren, family, body health, even though it's quickly deteriorating, it's still kind of okay now. My soulmate, having a soulmate and finding him, being able to be with them, and feelings, you know, having my feelings, being able to feel my feelings. And also, I also have become past 10 years, maybe sort of aware that I have this sort of, I can tell when certain things, I just can tell, you know, I don't know what that means. I wrote down clarity of mind. That's not really a great phrase, but you know, I just kind of know certain things. I don't know. It is.
That's great.
I put down the feel of sunshine on my face, cats wanting scritches and sing.
That's good. It's real good.
The other 2 that I had were a smile on my wife's face and the smell of autumn in the crisp, cool air.
one I didn't write down, but it's actually a story of taking somebody's negative and positive. When Tom and I were dating, we were at the grocery store because I was helping him buy groceries and plan his lunch for the week. And he said something that made me laugh really hard. We were just dating, marriage hadn't crossed our mind yet. And I just started laughing really hard, and he just latched onto me and was hugging me, and we were both laughing. And this old guy just comes out of nowhere and taps us on the shoulder and goes, "Well, I can tell you guys aren't married yet. He still likes you too much." We've been married 4 years and together almost 8 years, and every so often he comes up and we're like, "We're having a honeymoon life just to spite you." Random guy and all.
Anybody else have anything they want to share?
Okay, well, we can put them in the bowl.
Shiny paper in the shiny bowl. Okay.
Okay, well, we will now raise energy for focus on the glimmers of the bowl by singing our chant.
Oh, behold, there is magic all around here. Behold, there is magic all around here. Behold, there is magic all around you. Awaken, rejoice, and sing. Behold, there is magic all around you. Behold, there is magic all around you. Behold, there is magic all around you. Awaken, rejoice, and sing. Behold, there is magic all around you. Behold, there is magic all around you. Behold, there is magic all around you. Awaken, rejoice, and sing. Behold, there is magic all around you. Behold, there is magic all around you. Behold, there is magic all around you. Awaken, rejoice, and sing. And put your energy into the bowl with all of the happy, joyful thoughts, all the glimmers.
Some for yourself if you need it. If you have some left over, you can put it in the ground.
Ganesha, remover of obstacles and bringer of light, joy, and laughter, we ask your blessing on these joys and felicities, these glimmers of happiness, that they continue to be present in our lives and that we continue to find them each day. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
And now, and you don't have to do this part if you don't want to, but if you would like to take some of these glimmers for yourself, we have some string that you can use to go through the holes on the papers that you may have noticed.
And I can cut more if we need more string.
Yep. You can either grab yours back or you can borrow somebody else's if you want to.
Might be hard to grab your own
Well, we can put them on the table. Spread them out.
I can spread them out on the table a little bit. I mean, it's up to y'all how you do this. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, choose 2 or 3 for yourself. And we've got some string. We may need more pieces of string. There's not nearly enough here. So this is a free-for-all. Have fun.
Especially go up to the bowl.
Sure.
Please, or unless you
Sure.
want me to bring the bowl to you? Do you want me to bring the bowl to you, Erin?
No,
Okay.
I have glimmers all around me. I don't need them on the string.
There's that Ted Nugent song, Free for All. Dun, 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 dun.
I just grabbed some, sorry if I took some of yours, whoever you are.
String here.
They'll still be there after ritual if you want to, still want to take some. Susie is going to talk to us about the offering and next week's
Ah, yes.
announcements.
We are able to keep going because of your kind donations. A lot of us give online, which is a very easy way to do it. So I will pass the leaf if you wish to help us keep the lights on. And do we have any announcements coming up this week for anything? Do we know
This
some?
Tuesday is social justice meeting on Zoom at 7 o'clock. The exact link is on our website, guidecommunity.org. Not sure, could you make an event for that?
There should be,
Or is there an event already?
there's an event on the calendar on the website,
Oh, no.
and I'm pretty sure there's an event that's been made on Facebook already.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of think I saw it,
And if
Some
you
of
want
us
to
are
put your
offering
pens,
back
if you're
our
done with your
pens.
pen, if you want to put your pen in there as well, that's probably not a bad idea.
Saturday is our monthly business meeting, Ritual for Business. It's at 10 a.m. and it is on Zoom. And that's also, you can get the link to that on the website. And I will make a Facebook event for that soon, probably tomorrow. And next week, we are having a bardic circle, which is an opportunity
Should
to
be a
share
lot of fun.
music and poems and interpretive dance if you want to, but performances. And while you don't have to keep to the theme for this bardic circle is what we call filk. And I'm going to explain what that is. So many years ago, at a science fiction and fantasy convention, there was going to be a gathering of musicians to do folk music. And somebody put in a typo where it was an I instead of an O, and it stuck. And typically, folk music is somehow fandom related. It might be new words to an old song. So a very contemporary and modern and more popular version of folk is Weird Al Yankovic.
Uh-huh.
Or somebody has taken a theme from a book or even a song that's written in a book and given it music. And of course, again, you don't have to stick to the theme if you want to bring original compositions, because I know you guys write songs all the
Yeah.
time. That would be welcome. And if you don't want to do any kind of performing, you're still welcome to listen, because performers love audiences.
Need an audience.
So that's going to be next week, right here at 4 o'clock.
You know, this, when I was a kid, we would change words like that, like salmon Janet evening, you will meet a straggler, you will meet, you know, that sort of thing. I didn't know that we were filking, we were just being goofy. And on a personal note, the Kansas City Women's Chorus concert called KCAF, which means ad infinitum, which means to the end.
Not what I thought it meant.
Well, it's a multiple meaning thing. We took some flack to it, so they came up with the Latin real quick. It's going to be at the Gem Theater down in the Jazz District. It's about twice the size of our normal theater, so we're wanting to sell tickets to fill the seats. It's a beautiful theater. These are all songs by composers with Kansas City connections. Burt Bacharach, Walt Disney, and a lot of other new songs by local composers, a lot of whom are coming to our concerts. It's Friday night and Saturday night at 7 p.m. It's going to be next weekend. Next weekend, the 17th and 18th.
How long have you been doing that?
For about 10 years.
Oh, I'll ask you about that.
Okay. Yeah, there's about 100 of us now.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay. So I'm going to thank the patron of our right. Ganesha, thank you for your presence and power during our work today. Please take with you all of our appreciation and gratitude. Go if you must, stay if you will. Hail Ganesha.
Hail Ganesha.
Morgan, we very much appreciate your guidance and your counsel with us today in our ritual. Stay if you can, go if you must. Hail Ganesha. Hail Morgan.
Hail Morgan.
Hail Morgan.
Didn't want to go out.
We're going to use our closing words to thank our elements. Stand as you're able and form the sacred amoeba. Yes.
It's really very much of a circle.
It is all
really
a circle
is.
today.
Yeah.
You may choose to hold hands, or you may hold your hands out like this, depending on your level of comfort. Now do this call and response. By the earth that is her body, by the earth that is her body, and the grove that is his home, and the grove that is his home, by the air that is her breath, by the air that is her breath, and the music of his song, and the music of his song, by the fire of her bright spirit, by the fire of her bright spirit, and the heat of his passion, and the heat of his passion, by the waters of her living womb, by the waters of her living womb, and the dew that is his tears, and the dew that is his tears. This circle is open but unbroken. This circle is open but unbroken. May the peace of the goddess go in our hearts. May the peace of the goddesses go in our hearts. And the dance of the god enliven our days. And the dance of the gods enliven our days. And may we care for the earth and each other. And may we care for the earth and each other. Because our lives depend on it. Because our lives depend on it. And we say this together, merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.
Okay.